Hello, how's everybody doing? I've been working on this new this video I'm working on about, and I told you about let me see, the three different parts, and I'm on the one that talks about the first part was those who are being deceived in a thin line. But this thing is kind of crooked, but there's nothing I can do. Okay, how's that? Maybe I'll put something on it. So anyway, it's just going to be a little bit crooked unless I go around like this. But anyway, this is going to be all right. So anyway, there's a big problem because the thing about it is that every way I look, they have given themselves problems. As far as the Jehovah Witness organization, the sad thing about it is that it's split into like three different or four different parts. Of course, you have your Jehovah Witnesses, and then you have your governing body, and then you have the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. So it's all split up, which it's not really confusing, but I wanted to give a YouTube on those who are being deceived. But the thing about it is there's coming across a lot of problems. It's almost as if it's worse than what they started with. First of all, the way that the world is going, everybody knows that we're all one. I mean, we're not, everybody's an individual, but we have to do things together if we want to. I mean, everybody has to do everything together. There's other problems is in the fact that what they did to the Bible, because the problem is that they're Jehovah's Witnesses and they're saying that they are the chosen ones. And I'm researching this, and everybody pretty much, a lot of people came from Abraham. Okay, we have Abraham, and then we have the Israelites, and then we have the Jews. Okay, but all of those people, and a lot of billions of people, have been started from Abraham. Abraham's family. So what I'm trying to say is, for them to be true, they would have to say, it doesn't make any sense, The reason why I'm saying this is because that will cause them problems for now, because everything on the internet is like so fast. And if you want any information, we're talking about for their new people that they want to get into to be a Jehovah Witness. I mean, it's on the internet. Everybody can see that there weren't Jehovah Witnesses during Abraham's time. And that's really simple to find out on the internet. A long time ago, I mean, the reason why I'm saying that, because that's all they have to do is research something simple like that, and they would not want to be a Jehovah Witness. We're back in the day when I was growing up, it was pretty much easier to tell people things and put things in their mind because they couldn't really look them up that quickly. So they have that problem. Things like, Abraham. I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is, so many people come from Abraham. So how in the world can they be the ones that everybody has to go through? If you understand what I'm saying. I mean, they said that it's almost like them saying that they're starting this new thing and God chose them, okay? But then they would have to populate the earth, but that doesn't make any sense either, which we already know that. But what I'm trying to say, things like that are going to make it hard for them to get followers. That's one of the problems that they have. Then they have the problem of the fact that we have to merge with a lot of things. They can't which will be good in order to make funds, because everybody's cutting back. I mean, everybody is looking for money, okay? And it's going to continue like this. So sometimes a lot of organizations not merge, but they come together to get funding or do projects and things like that. They can't do projects with anybody. Like, for instance, what do you call it? Not the World Trade. What am I talking about? The organization, for all the different countries. It's so simple that I can't get it in my head. United Nations. Okay, like for instance, United Nations, because they have people in a lot of different countries, they would be able to go to United Nations, do things, and get, publicity and even aid and help for some of the things that they do. But they already called the United Nations, what did they call the disgusting thing or something like that? And all their followers know that they cannot be in the United Nations because it's totally against everything they believe, which United Nations is doing very well, and they're going to grow. Okay, so that's another thing. But they can't get into anything like that. To get into something like that, they would be able to expose themselves and also to get funding for a lot of different things. But then there's another problem, is that they don't help other people. They have no background and experience in helping people, except for the Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, like, to where it's on the news and things like that. So that's another thing they lost. The government, how can they get government funding when they say that they're against the government? I mean, they could really do a lot of help with their organization and help a lot of people, but they can't get a lot of grants because, government grants, because look at this. They say that they're against government. You can't get money from and funding and everything from some place to where you're saying that they're going to die, and you're saying your organization is against them. So how are you going to get help from them? And it's not just about money. Yeah, money is just like an how can I say, it's not as far as this concerned, it's something to show things. Like, money is just not paper money. Money sometimes shows responsibility. Like, for instance, the government can give them money to do things because they're responsible with certain projects. They could also have done a lot like that, but that's another thing that they can't do. So, there's Christian organizations that they can merge with. And I'm not talking about merging, I'm talking about merging as far as working together. But they can't work with any Christian organization because they've already said they're empire of false religion, they're going to die too. So these are the problems I'm coming up with. So how can I'm still trying to get through with this one because I want to talk about the deceived, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that's being clouded. Okay, we used to have it to where the Jehovah Witnesses deceive. They're deceiving people, and that was the big subject, okay? But what I'm saying is this is another point, the reason why I can't get to it. Because the people that can help them, the people would help them, are people who are corrupt. It's secret help. And that's the only way, as far as merging with somebody, that they're able to do. Corrupt countries, corrupt just businesses. It's sad, but that's the only way that they can really get help. And when I say help, I mean merging together to make something. I'm not saying people give you money. I'm saying to where you do some activity together and you both benefit from it. So the only way that they can really do is to go into corruption, which it seems like they're pretty much going into. So the problem is I'm doing this piece on the thin line of those who are being deceived, and you can see how the people that are being deceived, or if they're being deceived, it's kind of shadowing them. I mean, it's not the major subject anymore, which is pretty sad. And I was also thinking about this too, which a lot of ex-Jehovah Witnesses, I mean, I know maybe somebody's not going to agree with me, but I mean, if you're out of the organization, I don't care how you got out, even if you don't agree with God or whatever, but in some way, He had something to do with you coming out. I mean, I didn't come out because I was smart. I came out of the religion, and like I said, I've had things, I mean, a lot of people everybody thinks everything is like religious-like. It's not sort of religious-like. It's more like survival, okay? I mean, it's nice religion, and I think religions are very good, but the reality is mostly survival. Yes, love God. That's the most important thing, is have a love for God. But what I'm trying to say, a lot of things that people don't realize, it has to do with survival, okay? I mean, because this earth it's dangerous. I mean, even they talk about the new system, but how in the world are you going to have a new system when the earth is dangerous? I mean, the way you do things, what I'm saying by dangerous, I mean, you have to know things. You have to, especially nowadays with technology, it's not going to stop. You have to be prepared. It has nothing to do with good or bad. And that's what the points that I'm going through right now. So as far as those being deceived, and I'm almost positive if God wants them out, the ones that want to come out, He helps them to get out. And I'm coming to the point of where these people are who are being deceived, which I gotta find. And I'm almost sure the only thing that's clouding it is all those problems. The biggest problem that they have is going to be corruption. Because, like, globalization, okay, we have globalization, but now, which proved them wrong, so many things. The internet is globalization. And it's going to get more to where we have to work together to be stronger, okay? It's just like Europe. All the countries are like merged together to make a strength, okay? And that's what the human race has to do. It's not one group of people like Jehovah Witnesses. It's no secret. It's no secret. We all have to come together and do the best that we can, and that's what the earth has been doing. I mean, there's so many people that has taken care of, and we have to think about, the dangerous countries. I mean, we're living in America, and a lot of things that we take for granted and they take for granted, like for instance, their security is basically dependent upon being an American citizen, okay? And it has nothing to do with being nice or good or bad. It's just like you need security. You know what I mean? I mean, the number one thing is to love God and to follow all of His directions that He gives you. But I'm saying the world is in a survival state to where you really have to think about survival. So that's one thing I haven't seen them. I don't see where they're going to be able to survive. The only problem there's going to be is going to be like, I can't find the deceived. I mean, I'm trying to find where these people who are being deceived. I know I got a sister who loves God. I'm almost sure she loves God. But I think the human race has a responsibility also. And I came into this project, this video, with having a heart of, well, these people have to be saved, which I would like to. But what I'm trying to say is you don't get saved overnight. I mean, like, even the poor Jews, I'm talking about the poor Jews. I'm not talking about the rich Jews. I'm talking about the poor Jews, and there's a story behind that. But what I'm trying to say is they suffered through learning about God for how thousands of years. You just don't wake up and you know about God. You know what I mean? So that's the problem with the ones that are being deceived. But then I was thinking, are the ex-Jehovah Witnesses the ones that God got out or are getting out? I mean, this is the point I have to come up to. The point is, I mean, and then we are helping those other ones to come out. So I was saying to myself, is that our job? I mean, because we made it out, because he's the one that helped us to get out. Is that what happens? Is that are we the ones that were deceived and came out? I mean, it seems as if that's what it is. It's not, it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's my job or our job to go in and get them. It seems like God is the one that's going out and getting them, and then we have to educate them, and he got us out. So if you understand, I told you, these ones are very thin lines. And that's the thin line I'm telling you about now. It almost seems like the thin line is those are the ones that are in that are being deceived will come. He'll get them out, and we, as ex-Jehovah Witnesses, have to help them to come out. You understand? So it seems like he's using us, not just ex-Jehovah Witnesses, but also those who understand the ones coming out. Other Christians that see the problems of the Jehovah Witness, and that's a lot of people. So anyway, that's what I'm coming up facing now, and I guess I can finish that one now, because that's what the point I came out to. And my next one is going to be on the personality of the deceiver. I'm going to say not just the I'm going to say deceivers. Like for instance, some of the elders, the district. I forgot, the district overseer or whatever, the governing body. I'm going to see their personalities next, because that's the conclusion I made. I made the conclusion is that God is the one that knows how to get them out, and he uses us who are doing the work like we're doing right now, not just ex-Jehovah Witnesses, but other people who he gets help from to get out, and to educate them. Okay, so we have a job. We're doing it. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.